Homelessness in Pakistan by Christine Hill, Amy Klingler, Alicia Millward, and Shaylin Booth. Officially, about 1.5 to 2 million people are currently homeless in Pakistan. Many believe the number is closer to 3 million. According to the Internal Displacement Monitoring Center, or IDMC, about 13.76 million people were displaced by natural disasters between 2008 and 2013. It is still one of the largest and most protracted refugee situations in the world. Since 1979, Pakistan has hosted as many as 5 million Afghan refugees as well. Only 70% of refugees live in relief camps established by the government and other agencies. Most IDPs opt to live with relatives in the villages and cities. Those who live in the camps are dependent on the government to provide basic necessities. The poor living conditions, unclean water, lack of health care, and poor nutrition has caused numerous deaths from curable diseases. Pakistan is a poor country. The per capita gross domestic product only amounts to about $1,200 per year. With masses of IDPs flooding into the country and competing for jobs and resources, the demand is far beyond Pakistan's means. The refugee crisis, combined with ongoing violence from militant groups, has brought widespread suffering in federally administered tribal areas and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. IDPs have become a heavy burden on their host communities.
It seems since its partition from India in 1947, the country of Pakistan has been in constant conflict within its own borders and without. Pakistan is prone to disasters brought on by natural hazards, including earthquakes, monsoon floods, cyclones, and drought. It is also a very populated country. About a third of its population lives below the poverty line. In I Am Malala, Malala shares another reason why people are being forced to leave their homes and become IDPs. And she says that is the Taliban. So no longer are people of Pakistan leaving their homes just for love or poverty. Natural disasters, wars, violence, the Taliban, and the overwhelming poverty that plagues this country are among the reasons people have become homeless and forced to lead the lives they once knew. It's hard to imagine what the situation will be like in the years to come. Pakistan has the world's largest and most prolonged refugee caseload. Natural disasters occur often, violence seems to be increasing, and oftentimes the country has to deal with successive large-scale displacement caused by disasters and violence, which makes it hard for the country or other outside help to respond to the crisis. The hope is that wars will end, violence will cease, the country will increase in wealth, and one day be able to build communities that can withstand natural disasters. This isn't the solution for 5 to 10 years, but for some future day. In 5 to 10 years, we hope the projects and programs that are underway now to help the poor and homeless in Pakistan will improve their daily living situation and quality of life.
What is being done for the homeless now? When it comes down to it, there is no general or universal social protection system or special official help being done in Pakistan, but a number of programs and projects have been aimed at helping the poor and homeless by increasing and improving the governing forces and functioning of the public sector institutions. Another important thing is on rise is the creating of assets, employment income along with generation opportunities. The overall goal is improving access to basic services implemented by the government and also by non-governmental organizations and private sector. Reforms have also been done. One such program is the Devolution Plan, which with this, the delivery of services in social and other poverty-focused sectors have been decentralized. With the elected local governments given the mandate and responsibilities to manage and run these services, it is expected that this would result in significant improvement in the system of delivery of public services by making it more responsive and accountable to the local people. Who is helping? Outside programs such as the World Vision International and other relief programs have been working on emergency relief and developmental programs in Pakistan since 2005 and providing extra help and attention to the Pakistani children.
When you look at the future of a nation, you look at the children. In Pakistan, you have to look at the IDP children. There are higher cases of physical abuse, exploitation of children, and neglect that all can leave physical or emotional scars. The camps also promote violence and gang-like activities, which again result in abuse. The IDP children are malnourished, which negatively affects their education and hope for a better life. This perpetuates poverty that is ever persistent in the present and seemingly the future of Pakistan. The Taliban, by aiding the IDPs during natural disasters, in place of the government, can find supporters for their cause. In the documentary, Pakistan, Children of the Taliban, it describes how the Taliban uses the U.S. missile strikes in a specific case to successfully recruit militants from the IDP camps. By gaining greater support through the IDP camps, the Taliban will continue to grow stronger in their fight against the United States. The people who become IDPs because of the natural disaster after a certain time want to remain in the camps. As it says in the article, Media Treatment of the Internally Displaced Persons from SWAT, quote, that some people usually become passive and reluctant to any kind of responsibility for their own lives after such crisis, end of quote. People remain in the camps that could be used for other people who are more desperately in need. The drain of resources could cause government to not be prepared for the next natural disaster.